I was in my calculus classes, coming out of class, calling my parents. Hey guys, guess what? I just learned about this equation. Guess how we're gonna apply this to the race car this weekend? I go a little nutballs over it. Hi everyone, Ariel Biggs here, professional race car driver running the Toyota-powered Dawn Motorsports Midget, here to talk to you guys about my second favorite thing in racing. Just to set the stage and make it very clear, my favorite thing in racing is driving, and all of my other favorite things about racing really just come back to driving. So my second favorite thing is engineering. To explain engineering and why it helps me be a better driver and why I'm so into it and love it, is my boyfriend's truck. Behind me is a second generation Toyota truck that my boyfriend is rebuilding for low speed off-roading and rock crawling. What's so cool about this is everything is pretty much larger than life, so it helps me better explain all the little bits and pieces and why I love them so much. Underneath Will's truck is what's most familiar to me. As a driver, it's really important that I can feel as the car articulates through the corners under braking, acceleration, deceleration, and be able to tell my crew chief, this is what I feel and this is what I think we can make it better. And he'll say, well, I think I'm going to make this adjustment, and I'll say, well, I don't know if that's right. And the only way I'm going to know that is if I understand the suspension, which is part of mechanical engineering. On Will's truck here, we've got 3 different components. His air shocks, a 4-link system, and up front leaf springs. There's so many different ways you can adjust and manipulate the articulation of the car as load transfers under braking, acceleration, deceleration, rocks, ruts, over everything. It's absolutely fascinating to me. Engineers are going to look at how the cars perform on the track via data, driver interpretation, and either 1, make adjustments to the car at the track, or 2, go back, rebuild something, customize something to make it better for the driver. As an engineer too, you can also be a test engineer. You can jump in the car, feel it yourself, do the driving, and then go back and be a part of the team that designs it, builds it, and then goes and tests it again. Take a look at this tire. It's huge, right? Especially compared to me because I'm so small. I feel tiny next to it. What's so cool about this is that it's the design of a chemical engineer. Everything from the tread, how stiff it is, how long its wear is, how well it's going to grip depending on the surface. All designed. It's like this really intricate chemical puzzle all put together. This tire compound dictates how much power I'm able to put to the ground and for how long and on what particular surface. What's even cooler about chemical engineers is that they get to go even farther. They go into the engine, the drivetrain, your bearing grease, your motor oil. You need to make sure that you're optimizing in racing, especially with your engine components, lubrication under high heat, high pressure, high intensity circumstances. When those engines are revving at 10,000 RPM at 250 degrees for 1 to 4 hours, they're not taking pit stops and topping up the engine with a little bit of oil. That stuff's gotta last. Incredibly impressive. Probably my favorite part of chemical engineering is the mad scientist side. Fuel. Basically, they need to maximize combustion and atomization within the engine to get as much power out of it as possible. Those guys are absolutely nuts. Finally, we take a look at aerodynamics. Now, I know this is a truck, and I know it doesn't look the most aerodynamic, but believe it or not, this grill was designed with aerodynamics in mind. What's so cool about aerodynamics is they're taking wind tunnel testing. Look at your supercars today, all those little bends and movements, those are all designed by engineers to literally direct the air exactly where they want it as the car flows, whether it's going 60 miles an hour or they're even looking at 200 plus miles an hour. Why is it important? Well, you need to get it into 1, the intake for engine power, and 2, for cooling. You need to cool your radiator, you need to cool your engine, you need to cool your brakes, you need to cool your drivetrain. All of that gets extremely hot under high performance conditions. My favorite part, look at a sprint car, look at an Indy car, look at a Formula 1 car, look at a NASCAR. Downforce, getting power to the ground, helping out your tires a little bit. This is all the work of an engineer, and so much more. I've just barely skimmed the top of engineering and racing, different jobs that are involved. Like I said, there's hundreds of thousands of jobs, not hundreds of thousands of different types of engineering. There's tons of opportunity available to help build the next big thing in the high performance industry, the next big race car. I want to see them in space. Being absolutely honest there, I want to see them in space. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you guys want to follow the crazy adventure that is the racing life, go ahead and give me a follow on Facebook at Ariel Biggs Racing or Instagram and Twitter at ABiggsRacing. Thanks you guys so much, and as always, push 110%.